Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today's the 10th of January, 2024. We're going to talk about Gary Gensler, about this mishap that quote unquote supposedly went wrong of a tweet that came out on X from the SEC saying that the spot Bitcoin ETF was finally approved. You guys can see that even Politico picked this up. Gensler says the SEC's X account was compromised. And he also denied that the Bitcoin product ETF has been approved. Now, what in the world is going on here? Everyone is talking about this spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Everyone knows that it's coming. I mean, I did a video yesterday saying that Kathy Wood is saying that it's going to be approved sometime this week. So why all of a sudden a tweet comes out too early? Is it like a ploy just to get people primed for all of these Bitcoin ETFs to get approved? Why would he come out and immediately say that the account from the SEC was hacked and that the tweet shouldn't have gone out right then when everyone knows that it's coming? Let's see what Politico has to say. Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler said the agency's account on X was, quote, compromised, and denied a prior post that the SEC had signed off on a slate of long-awaited Bitcoin exchange traded fund applications. Gensler said on X, the site formerly known as Twitter, that none of the applications have been approved despite the earlier post. Now, who is he trying to fool? We already know they're going to be approved. The only thing that the market doesn't know is when. We don't know the date, the time. Kathy saying that it's going to be sometime this week, but for certainty, the market doesn't overall know. The initial post set off a wave of excitement, among crypto investors, underscoring the attention the SEC is getting as the agency weighs greenlighting what would be the first ever Bitcoin ETF in the United States, a pooled investment similar to a mutual fund that is likely to vastly expand trading in the cryptocurrency space. It's absolutely a big issue. It's a highly anticipated market moving decision. This is what Rebecca Fike, a former SEC enforcement attorney, said. It's not uncommon to get your news about what the SEC does through their Twitter feed. Now, to me, it's kind of odd that one tweet, whether it was compromised, hacked, or not, could cause Bitcoin's price to gyrate up and down in a couple of seconds. It's like someone is waiting for that particular tweet or some type of article to come through when the SEC finally approves this. They already have their algorithms and AI primed for the words that comes out from the Twitter feed from the SEC's account. If that really happened once that tweet was released and the market went up to $48,000, yeah, these AIs, these algorithms are simply waiting for certain words to pop on the SEC's feed so that it can immediately trade the market. An SEC spokesperson said an unknown party had unauthorized access to the agency's X account for a brief period of time around 4 p.m. Look at all of the vague words. Unknown party, unauthorized access to, brief period of time. Why can they not be exact? Who had unauthorized access? Who's the party? Was it Gary Gensler's secretary? Like, was it someone who works within the SEC, or was it some hacker in China or India or Iran, Pakistan, wherever the case may be? Was it an inside job? Is that why Gary is to blame for this mishap? The access has since been cut off. So apparently, this access, to me, is close, internal. Someone within the SEC had access to the account that they was able to go ahead and actually release the tweet. Adding that the agency will work with law enforcement and other parts of the government to investigate. X is also investigating the hack, according to Joe, head of business operations. So even X is looking into the matter. Who could have possibly tried to hack the SEC account and release a fake tweet saying that a spot Bitcoin ETF has finally been approved? Somebody even wrote, "What the hell?" Quote, a representative of one of the pending ETF issuers said on a call with Politico before the SEC publicly addressed the original post. Many people are looking at this mishap that Gary is talking about and they're throwing it back in his face. The Wall Street regulated systems are stacked with confidential plans, rules, and enforcement actions that could all send markets into a tizzy make it go crazy, as Bitcoin did on Tuesday. The cryptocurrency rose to almost $48,000 on the original post after trading much of the day around $46,500. One tweet made Bitcoin's market go crazy. Now, safe to say that the internet has never lost a match. If you go to the post that X has done, you guys can read from it. We can confirm that the account XEC.gov was compromised, and we have completed a preliminary investigation. Based on our investigation, the compromise was not due to any breach of X system, so it wasn't on their side. It's within the SEC. So if a hacker did not come through and break into X's system and servers, then maybe they broke into the SEC's accounts. Yeah, the government account, the government servers and network. Unless it was someone on the inside that had readily access to the Twitter account for the SEC. But rather, due to an unidentified individual obtaining control over a phone number associated with the SEC.gov account through a third party. That's how they got in. This is what X is saying. They got in through a phone number associated with the Twitter account through a third party. Who's the third party? We can also confirm that the account did not have two-factor authentication enabled at the time the account was compromised. This is where the internet has never lost a battle. We encourage all users to enable this extra layer of security. More information and tips on how you can keep your account secure can be found at the Help Center. Now look at this. The first reply to this tweet is right here. ZachXBT. Hi, @Gary Gensler. This is a reminder to secure your financial accounts as well as protect against identity theft and fraud. Remember to use strong passphrases or passwords. 2. Set up multi-factor authentication. 3. Keep account alerts turned on. And he actually utilized the same information that Gary Gensler did. Isn't that crazy? Gary Gensler, back in October of last year, October 24, 2023, sent out this tweet to everyone else. This is a reminder to secure your financial accounts, and they're the one that's getting hacked. Look at that. So who looks stupid now? Is Gary to blame for this whole compromise of their account being hacked? Yes, it is, because in October of last year, he told even the people who follow his account, hey, you guys need to make sure you protect yourself. Make sure that you have strong passwords. Make sure you at least have two-factor authentication so that your account don't get hacked. And here it is today. They got hacked. Someone also responded, the institution designed to protect retail investors didn't have two-factor identification. The one who's supposed to protect us from all of the schemes and Ponzi schemes and malinvestments got hacked itself. People are like, okay. The people in charge of protecting investors and regulating Bitcoin can't even protect their own X account with basic two-factor identification. What a joke. These internet streets is ruthless. You need to make sure that your A game is on point. You cannot come out and act like you're protecting people when in fact you can't protect yourself. This will forever be an imprint on the reputation of the SEC. Look at somebody gave a caption, a meme. SEC security system, they got a Cheeto and a security lock on the door. This is their security right now in SEC. They need to go back and revamp and look at their whole operation of how they keep these accounts secure. Because you can't come and tell the other people that they need to make sure that they have two-factor identification when you don't. You can't tell people to make sure that they got strong passwords when you don't. So now the market is still sitting here waiting for the release of the tweet. Will it have any more fanfare? Because the first hoorah Didn't have no fanfare. We did price prediction in Bitcoin. It ran up to that $48,000, like I told you, maybe 50, and then it came down. And now we're seeing a weakness. Now we're seeing that price in Bitcoin is simply waiting. They're waiting for this announcement to have all of these spot Bitcoin ETFs to be approved. Now, if you guys have Twitter or X, you guys can come here and look at Adam Cochran. His guess is that the SEC account was both hacked and that the tweet was real. The hacker first tweeted and then deleted just a ticker. They likely found the tweet with the announcement graphic and Gensler quote in the draft folder. SEC wouldn't get the date wrong and tweet only. Let me see what else he wrote. The SEC wouldn't get date wrong and tweet only ticker and like meme responses to approval. Hacker wouldn't be someone to meticulously plan and prepare a graphic that is in the style of the SEC and also be dumb enough to just tweet a ticker like it's a meme. So both things are true. The approval announcement is lined up. Yeah, we know that. That's why I'm thinking it may be an inside hack or compromise. It's because they already had the announcement primed and ready to go. All someone had to do was hit submit. That's the only thing that they needed to do. So apparently someone with the phone number to the SEC account on X hit the send button, but it wasn't Gary, someone else. So we'll see what happens about it. But I'm not going to change my price prediction. You guys can see it's right here. I'm not going to change it just yet. But given that so much anticipation is coming in for this announcement, it may just be a quick move to the upside. Matter of fact, it could have happened yesterday when Bitcoin briefly touched $48,000 and came back down since then. But I'll give the market a little bit more time to see if it's going to give us another move to the upside. And if it does, on that second attempt, I'm here to tell you right now, if we don't break above this sell zone up here at the top of my chart, be prepared for the market to go lower. All right, cool. Give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.